So my process is a little bit haphazard because the type of person that I am is someone who likes to experiment and tinker a lot. And a lot of my work is the result of this intense experimentation. I love to play around with prompts and consult with ChatGPT or Claude or Grok or whoever about crafting the perfect, most bizarre prompt and really getting it to help me stretch the boundaries of what's possible there. I like to source interesting clips to start with, like an animal interacting with humans, like a pet or a zoo animal, and then morphing it into a weird creature or a fat guy or an alien, or just something shocking and unexpected, but leaving the surrounding humans intact so that it still looks like they're interacting with the creature in question, but it's no longer a cute animal. It's now like a fat guy rolling around or something like that. And it's just so much fun to play around with the different prompting options as far as changing that up, whether it's a capybara or a walrus or just some kind of animal. This is another thing. I like to start out with animals that themselves are not traditionally cute, like a hippo or a walrus. They're kind of blubbery and fat and just hold great potential for transformation. I'll leave it at that. I really like to play around with that a lot. Use tools like Sora to remix and modify these results. And then as far as sound effects, I add all of my own sounds, whether it's me recording it myself or using a platform like 11 Labs to generate sound effects. I sourced my sound effects from various places, but it's always a very manual process stitching them together in my editor. Rarely is it the case that I find a sound effect, throw it onto the video, and it's done. Pretty often I have to spend perhaps the bulk of my time just splicing together audio clips and playing with the levels, things like that. So that's a very manual part of my process. I also put a lot of effort into upscaling and refining works. I use various tools to extract the most amount of detail out of my stuff. That's another big priority for me, is not just making really striking visuals on Instagram, but also having some of the most high fidelity ones. I really obsess around stuff like that. So I'll use tools like Topaz AI or Sora even to enhance the visual quality and enhance the textures, things like that. I have many different tools in my workflow and it never really looks the same from video to video, although there are some tools I use more than others, like Sora. And that's more or less what my process looks like.